Welcome back to another rebuild I have for you guys here today on Madden 20. Today it's going to be a realistic rebuild of the Carolina Panthers. Before I really begin this video, as always, if you guys are new around here and end up enjoying this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you guys back for my next upload. Also, if you end up enjoying the video, feel free to leave a like down below. Definitely appreciate those. Alright, two more quick plugs then, as usual. If you guys like to follow me on Twitter or join my Discord, links to those are down below. So this is the roster for the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to be careful not to generate the best lineup because I'm under the impression that this is the active roster right now, like the injuries are all accounted for and everything like that. I'm just going to let this season play out as it would this year, of course, with no more future injuries. Also, I should note this. This is after Week 11 actually happened in real life, but the game hasn't fully updated yet. So the Panthers lost this game to the Falcons. So I will go through and force the correct wins for every team just for this week. And then we can simulate, and then I'll probably go over the team at that point. We should now be in the correct week and everything. Of course, the scores aren't identical because the Panthers actually kind of got crushed last week. I think they only scored 3 points, but it's okay. I can't really do much about that. But now, let's start talking about this lineup. So the starting quarterback currently for the team is Kyle Allen. You know, Cam Newton was injured. He's not playing anymore, so Kyle Allen has stepped in. He started out doing all right, but recently he hasn't really been doing all that well. I mean, he's a 64 overall in the game, so if Madden is to say anything, that's expected, but, you know, Madden's not the most realistic simulation of all time. Christian McCaffrey is by far the best player on this offense. He is doing so much for this team, it's unbelievable. You know, Christian McCaffrey certainly earned that captain badge on his jersey, but he's progressed so much this year. He's up to a 98. He's almost at the 99 club, which is pretty awesome. Also, I don't think he began with X Factor. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I don't think it was X Factor. Maybe it's Superstar, maybe it was Star. I don't entirely remember, but it's awesome that he's up to an X Factor now. We get to use that for this rebuild. DJ Moore is the #1 receiver on this team. Dude's a beast out of Maryland, 1 year of experience. Still very young, great stats in the game. He's a good overall. He's a really good player. Curtis Samuel can absolutely fly. What's his speed in this game? 95 speed, and this dude definitely has some jets. Jarius Wright, I guess, is the #3. Dante Moncrief is on this team. Chris Hogan's down here. Alright, I don't know who this is. What's your name? DeAndrew White. I've never heard of that person before. On the offensive line, we have Greg Little. Right, that's her first name. He's 69 overall, left tackle. Alright, I will take it. Also, Greg Van Roten. I thought his name was Greg, but I just wanted to double check. Matt Paradis. I've always said Paradis, and everyone always criticizes me for it, but I guess if you put an E at the end of that, it's Paradise. So it probably is Paradis. I don't know. Trey Turner at right guard, Taylor Moton at right tackle, Greg Olsen at tight end, a very reliable tight end, of course. Also, they have Darrell Williams down here, but the fact that he's a backup leads me to believe that, actually, no, he's probably not injured. He's probably just backing up Trey Turner. I'm going to move him to left guard for the rest of this season. I don't think he's injured. Let me look him up quick. Yeah, okay, he's not injured because Tack McKinley just heavily criticized them, apparently, for their loss on Sunday, whatever. I'm going to have him play left guard for the rest of this season. Also, I'm fully aware that I moved Darrell Williams to left guard, has him playing right guard. I'll switch it. It's not that big of a deal. But here we go. On defense, they have Brian Burns, who is a super exciting rookie out of Florida State. I have a good idea of what his development tread is. I won't let you guys know, though. 88 speed, 91 acceleration. Ridiculous athlete, good finesse moves, not the best block shit, but hopefully we can improve that across the span of this rebuild. Luke Kuechly, one of the best middle linebackers in the NFL, an X Factor, of course, the captain of this defense. Shaq Thompson is the other middle linebacker, which is interesting. He's young, still has a ton of potential, so that's cool, but I think he's also relatively expensive. He actually only has 1 more year left on his contract. Okay, so maybe this is a player we bring back if we can get him for cheap. I don't really want to pay him $9.23 million a year. That's what he made in 2019, and that's what he's making apparently in 2019. I don't really want to pay a 77 overall middle linebacker $9 million. Anyway, Mario Addison, the right outside linebacker on this team. You know, they recently, I'm pretty sure last year they had a 4-3, now they have a 3-4 defense. Vernon Butler at right end, of course, Kawan Short is here. I'm assuming he's injured since he's down in the depth chart. Dante Jackson is a player I always try to trade for, but he's really difficult to get. He's a stud. He's very fast. He probably is going to develop really well since he's so young still and has star development. 83 overall. He's very good. James Bradbury is also a good cornerback. Ross Cockrell. He's 28 years old. Definitely a player we're going to have to replace in the coming seasons. Trey Boston, also on that list. We'll probably have to replace him sometime soon. He is 27 years old. And then Eric Reed at strong safety. is also 27 years old. So we'll probably have to address the secondary at some point in free agency and in the draft and whatnot. Also, I want to check out one more thing. What is Cam Newton's contract like? I actually don't know how many years he has left on it. Okay, so he has 2 more years. He is making a lot of money. Makes sense, though. He's a good quarterback, you know? I'm trying to think of what I want to do with him. So either what we could do is draft a quarterback this year, play that guy behind Cam Newton next year, let him bake down there for a little bit, you know? Let him marinate. Really weird verbs for a quarterback. Or I can wait until the following season, potentially draft Trevor Lawrence or something, and work from there. I don't know yet. Maybe we're going to see what kind of draft situation we're looking at. Like maybe see what kind of quarterbacks fall to us or whatnot. But now, let's continue the simulation. Let's finish off this season. I'll let you know what the stats and all that stuff are all about. This probably made me laugh more than it should. This has nothing to do with Madden, by the way. But I have a family Snapchat group message. My one little cousin sent a picture of herself, and the caption said, "Hello, darkness, smiled friend." And that's the funniest thing in the world to me, and I don't know why. We did not make the playoffs this season. All right, how did we do? We finished 7-9. The Saints 10-6 won the division. The Buccaneers 6-10. The Falcons 5-11. Check out these stats. Kyle Allen 3,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. All right, not horrible. Christian McCaffrey finished with 1,695 rushing yards, 13 rushing touchdowns. How many receiving yards did he have? 566 with 5 touchdowns. All right, DJ Moore, almost 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns for Curtis Samuel, 5 for Greg Olsen. Sacks allowed, not many at all, but I think I've said this before. I don't think these really translate well when you load the actual week up in, a franchise mode. 134 tackles for Luke Kuechly. Of course, he leads the team in tackles. We have 8 tackles for loss for Gerald McCoy. How many sacks does this team get? 7 for Brian Burns, 7 for Mario Addison. Not too bad for those guys. Interceptions, we have 5 for Dante Jackson, 3 for James Bradbury, 2 for Luke Kuechly, 2 for Ross Cockrell, 1 for Trey Boston, and Javian Elliott. We don't have any defensive touchdowns. We have 1 safety for Luke Kuechly, and we have 1 blocked kick from Dantari Poe. I forgot to check forced fumbles, but it's okay. 17th in the NFL in offense, just out of the top 16, top half. And then defense, kind of the same thing. We're ranked 18th there. MVP was Lamar Jackson. That makes a ton of sense, especially what's going on in real life. Christian McCaffrey at number 6. That's awesome. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Russell Wilson. Christian McCaffrey at number 2. Defensive Player of the Year, Chandler Jones. Cool to see him up there. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Kyler Murray. Anybody from the Panthers? I don't think so. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Nick Bosa is going to win that one. We have Brian Burns at number 4. All right. We got, up there for a couple awards. Hopefully we have some good experience point numbers. The Bills made the Super Bowl. The Bills and the Saints. All right, here we go. If the Bills win the Super Bowl, I'll be really excited. They do! 35-28. Oh, that is amazing. But here we go. Check out some development trade upgrades, and I also just realized something. I forgot to switch Darrell Williams and Trey Turner. It's not that big of a deal. But on offense, nobody went up in development, which is all right. It's really not that big of a deal, I guess. Cam Newton's down to a 79. He's regressing. He's certainly not worth the contract. At least a 79 overall quarterback. I don't think is worth all that much money, but we'll see what happens. Defensively, Brian Burns has superstar development. That's what I thought he had to begin with, which is awesome. Dante Jackson, I feel like, deserves a couple experience points for that season, but maybe they're kind of factored in to his overall upgrades over the the course of the season. But who do we have to bring back to the team? Gerald McCoy is the top free agent. I don't really want Gerald McCoy. He's good, but he's old. He's only an 83. How much money do we have? We have money. We could probably bring him in. But honestly, I'd rather allocate my funds elsewhere, really. Like, James Bradbury is a player I want. That's for sure. He can be a good corner for us for 4 years. I'll take that. Trey Boston, I don't really think I want Trey Boston. I think we can fill the safety void in the draft and the free agency and whatnot. Mario Addison, I really don't want. Shaq Thompson's interesting. How much money do you want, man? That's not an awful contract, and you're actually pretty solid. I think this is worth the contract. I'll give him a 4-year deal. Pay him until he's 30. That's fine. Chris Hogan, Ross Cockrell, Darrell Williams, all players I don't really want. Darrell Williams kind of fell off a lot. He used to be like an 85, and now he's a 72. I definitely don't want a 72 overall 28-year-old. That doesn't seem good to me. But now, let's head into free agency. Let's see who's available. We have $28.85 million. We can definitely bring in some players. Amari Cooper is the top free agent. Of course, we saw him here in the last rebuild, but the question is, do we go after him? Make him the number 1, move DJ Moore to the 2 in the slot maybe. Get a really good wide receiver core for, potentially Cam Newton this season. That's definitely a possibility. Austin Hooper wouldn't be a bad signing as well, but I just kind of used him. I don't really want to use him again. Chris Jones is always a player I want to go after. I think Chris Jones makes a lot of sense right now. Brandon Sheriff is a player that also makes a lot of sense. He can probably move to left guard. So then the question is, I don't want to spend all that much money right now. So I don't know if I go after a player like Amari Cooper. Or if we just sign one of these guys down here. Or maybe even try to draft one. Amari Cooper is amazing, but he's going to want so much money. He's going to take away a good portion of what we have. How much would this get up? 94 points? Alright, I'll keep that offer. If he accepts it, he does, but he most likely will not. Let's go after a few other players as well. Let's see who we ended up getting. I'll tell you right now, I actually took away my contract for Amari Cooper because I wanted room to get Chris Jones. I got Chris Jones, I got Brandon Sheriff. I really wanted Brandon Sheriff, and I had to pick between Chris Jones or Amari Cooper, and I wanted Chris Jones. Sorry, I apologize for that, but I think Chris Jones will help out. I don't know if he'll help out more. It's weird to say, but I think having a really good defensive line is just really important. I like building that way. So, I'm comfortable with that free agency class. We no longer have Kyle Allen as well. I guess he was a free agent. That's fine. Cam Newton can, I guess, be the quarterback again. Also, unless we find somebody in the draft or something like that, I don't think we will. Also, we have $90,000 left in cap. I went after Logan Ryan. I gave him a really small contract. Just in case, he's an 86 overall. It was only a 1-year deal. Just in case he'd, randomly accept. Let's hop into the NFL draft and see when we actually pick here. We have the 10th overall pick. All right, I'm not going to bother trading up or anything like that, but you guys have already seen the draft class. I'm not going to actually look into it too much. Let's advance and see who the Bengals go with. I'm guessing Herbert again. That's who they went with last time. They are going with Herbert out of Oregon, of course. Andrew Thomas goes number 2 overall. Out of Georgia. The Redskins probably Chase Young. Yep, he goes. I would have loved Chase Young, but there's no chance he was making it to my pick at number 10. The Broncos go with AJ Epineza. Falcons are going to select Jerry Jeudy. That's actually exactly who I picked for them. That's funny. The Giants are going to go with Grant Delpit, strong safety from LSU. That would have been a phenomenal pick for us if he fell. The Buccaneers going with Isaiah Simmons. Browns are going to select Dylan Moses. I keep forgetting to do something about that because he probably isn't going to be a first rounder now. Who knows? The Titans are going to go with Raekwon Davis, and now it is our pick. Okay. Do we go DeAndre Swift? We definitely need a backup. Say Christian McCaffrey. No. Who do we go with this pick here? I'm thinking potentially wide receiver, like CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs, Laviska Shenault maybe. Those guys could all be really good. CeeDee Lamb looks like he would be amazing on this team. A tight end wouldn't be bad, like Albert Okwuegbunam. Wouldn't be horrible. But I don't really want to take a first-round tight end right now, at least. I'm trying to think if I need any more offensive linemen. I need a left tackle. No, I don't, actually. I don't need a left tackle. I don't think I need any offensive linemen right now, so that's awesome. All right, I think I'm going to go cornerback here. I think that's going to be a bit more helpful right now, at least. I'm kind of really disregarding wide receiver. But it's either Christian Fulton or CJ Henderson. Who do I think is going to be better? And either of them fit this scheme? No, they don't. What's the scheme fit for this team? It is slot. Okay. I actually really don't know who to go with. I'm thinking Christian Fulton. His stats look a little bit better. The thing is, though, I'm pretty sure C4 is a Florida fan. So I feel like you put CJ Henderson a little bit higher. I'm going to go Christian Fulton. He's a 73 overall hidden development trait. That's not a bad pick whatsoever. I will take that. 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 89 agility. Pretty balanced coverage ability, I guess aside from zone, but press and man are, pretty close to one another. That's not a bad pick. I'm comfortable with that in the first round. Now in the second round, maybe there's a T. Higgins still available. J.K. Dobbins just went. Is T. Higgins still here? I doubt it. He is not. Alright, but Jalen Reagor is available here. Early third round. Is he a second round player? We could also go Anthony Jennings, who is a speed rusher, who would actually come in and start right away. I think that's probably the better option. I'm going to go that route. Let's go. I almost took Trayvon Diggs. That's not who I wanted to take. Anthony Jennings. Here we go. 70 overall, but hidden development, once again, that is 100% good enough to start on this team. I'm probably like hoping a little bit too much, but if Rieger's still here now, I will take him. I don't think he'll be here. He is still available. Okay, that's actually huge. Let's go with him now. He's a 70 overall. Once again, hidden development trait. He's going to get a lot of playing time, I think. He'll probably be our slot receiver, our number 2 receiver. He also fits the scheme. Oh, I have big hopes for that guy. All right, now in the 4th round, can we get any value back here? You know, Curtis Weaver is not too bad. I'm pretty sure some people think he's going to go in the 1st round, so I'm not sure why he's the 3rd round here. I remember him being a 1st round draft pick in a couple draft classes last year. I think I will go Curtis Weaver here. Why not, right? 62 overall, but he does have hidden development traits, so at least star. Not too bad. I'm just going to sim to the end of the draft now because I really don't care who we take. Now, who went after us? We picked a number 10. Tyler Biadash went right after our pick. It still says he doesn't go to a college or whatever. I don't really feel like going in and changing all of these, but I mean, I guess I could maybe one of these days. Derek Brown went to the Eagles. They don't need defensive tackles, but okay. CeeDee Lamb went to the Jaguars. That's a cool pick. I'd like that to happen in real life. Trey Adams also. The Jaguars had back-to-back picks. Trey Adams, 73 overall right tackle. That's also a pretty good draft pick for them. All right. Gross Matos makes it in the top 15. Let's go. Here's a look at the offense of the team heading into this next season. I think we're definitely on pace to make this team a really good team in a couple years. I don't know if we're here yet, but we're at 82 overall, 84 offense, 80 defense. Really not that bad. You know, we added Sheriff on offense. We also added a new wide receiver down here. He's going to be the number 3. You know, playing the slot, hopefully going off in that department. And then defensively, we lost a few players on this side of the ball, but we also added Chris Jones. That was a huge addition. We drafted Christian Fulton, who's going to get a lot of playing time. We don't have a good free safety because we don't have Trey Boston anymore. That's fine. I didn't really want to pay him. We didn't have a crazy amount of money where I felt comfortable just giving out a contract to anyone. So I think whoever this is, I actually don't even know. What's your name? Colin Jones? All right. I think you'll be fine just for this one season. I don't really expect to make the playoffs this year. Hopefully, though, we can draft a safety this upcoming season or sign one in free agency or something. I will definitely target that this year. Let's see what the record is all about right now. We are 7-0. Okay. What? That's super unexpected. The Falcons 4-3, Buccaneers 4-4, the Saints 3-1. If we end up not winning the division, I'm gonna do something. I don't know what I'll do. I have a little Carson Wentz like figure on my desk. I will chuck it out of my window. All right. So don't do this to Carson, Madden, please. Let's check out some of these development traits and whatnot. So Rigor's development trait. I'm hesitant to say that because I feel like I'm mispronouncing it. It's not Rigor? I don't know. I know who this player is. Like, I'm aware that he exists. I shouldn't say I know who he is because I don't really know all that much about him. I'm just aware that he's a football player and he's actually not bad. But I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce the name. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Defensively, though, Anthony Jennings has star development. Not too bad. So now let's see who we have to bring back to the team. Christian McCaffrey is the top guy, and he's a 99 overall. I think it would be really stupid if I don't bring him back to the team. Greg Olsen. I don't want to bring back Greg Olsen. Can you please just retire so I don't have to be put in that situation? Taylor Moton, I really want. Cam Newton, I'm going to wait. If Cam Newton, is absolutely going off this year, maybe he is a player I consider. I don't know, actually. Curtis Samuel, Dantari Poe, guys I can probably wait on. Curtis Samuel isn't bad. He's definitely not bad. But he is like the 3rd option technically in simulation if you think about it. Because, the number 1 in the slot get way more looks than the number 2. So that's why I'm considering him like the 3rd option technically. But he's a 79 overall. I might bring him back. It depends on how much money we have. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on him. Let's see how he plays. Okay, let's see if I have to throw Carson Wentz out of my window. Hopefully I don't. We'll see what happens, though. We made the playoffs. We got a 1st round bye, and we won in Week 17. The undefeated dream is still alive. 12-4. Okay, we don't go undefeated, but that is a great season to have. 8-7-1 for the Saints, 7-9 for the Buccaneers, 6-9-1 for the Falcons. Seems like the players we added definitely paid off. Cam Newton had a pretty good season. Not that many yards, good number of touchdowns, a decent bit of interceptions. I almost think that makes him a bit replaceable at this point because I kind of imagine any quarterback we bring in who's at least pretty good could probably do just this, especially when you have Christian McCaffrey on your team. 1,718 yards, 15 touchdowns, 6.1 yards per carry. He absolutely carried this offense. DJ Moore was pretty good. Greg Olsen was good. Christian McCaffrey had 3 touchdowns. He was third in yards for the team. These other guys aren't really doing all that much, but Rigor got 9 touchdowns, or Rigor. I think I'm going to say Rigor. He got 9 touchdowns. He actually led the team in that department. That's cool. Blocking was actually really good. I'm surprised Greg Little played so well. 115 tackles here for Luke Kuechly. Leads the team once again. 21 tackles for loss for Dantari Poe. Okay. Then we have Chris Jones there with 18. Yeah, those guys both played really well. Let's go. 7.5 sacks for Brian Burns. Leads the team again. 5 interceptions again for Dante Jackson. 3 for Eric Reed. 2 for James Bradbury. 1 for Brian Burns. That's cool. He got a pick. Luke Kuechly and Shaq Thompson. Shaq Thompson actually played pretty well. I'm comfortable giving him that contract. That's fine. No defensive touchdowns. We don't have any safeties. And we don't have any blocked kicks, but we have a couple forced fumbles. We have 2, and one of them was recovered. Okay, we were 5th on offense. Defense also seemed really good. We were 5th on defense. Let's go. That's awesome. MVP this year was Marcus Mariota. Christian McCaffrey at number 6. Kareem Hunt on the Ravens. That looks cool. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. Jake Fromm's, of course, up there because the Saints playbook is unreal. Defensive Player of the Year is Khalil Mack. That makes sense. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Jake Fromm. Jalen Rigor at number 3. Okay. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Bryce Hall. He's a cornerback, right? If I'm not mistaken. Anthony Jennings at number 4. Christian Fulton at number 5. Alright, not too bad. We definitely got up there for some of those awards. We have a ton of coach experience now as well, which is fantastic. I spent all but 1,000 of that coach experience, but let's see what my experience points are looking like right now. This is also the time of the night where my internet gets real bad. The internet starts out fine, like during the day, but once it gets like past... It's not even past 8 o'clock. It's 6:49 at night right now. My internet is just atrocious. Anyway, Rigor has 7 experience points, which is awesome. It's going to be a 77 overall. 7 for Anthony Jennings as well. 3 for Brian Burns. 3 for Dante Jackson. I fully expect him to go up in development as well. Christian Fulton has 5. Let's go. This team is going to look very nice. You know, this is pretty surprising. We have to take on the Giants, who are 9-7. Okay, let's see what their overall is. I think ours only went up a little bit there. 84 for us, 79 for them. Grant Delpit's up to an X Factor, or maybe he had X Factor. I don't exactly know. A lot of you guys are telling me not to mess with the development traits, so I'll just let it go. I'm not going to do anything, I guess, crazy with any of those. Let's advance the week, though. Go to the conference championship. And let's see if we are in it. We are in it, and we have to take on the Seattle Seahawks. 42-25. It's a pretty convincing game in the divisional round of the playoffs there. Again, the Seahawks signed Drew Brees. I've seen this before. Why? That's so weird. But anyway, they're an 83 overall. We are an 84. Let's see if we can head to the Super Bowl here. We are in the Super Bowl against the Browns. I was sort of hoping to get a rematch against the Broncos there, but that didn't happen. Let's just quickly upgrade our players with whatever experience points we have from those few playoff victories. And then I will get into the game. Christian McCaffrey's a 99. He's going to go up to a 100. Do you guys know that? We're an 85 overall. They are an 84, but still, I'm not at all convinced we're going to win this game in the slightest. If anything, I think we're going to lose. The Browns are insane in this game, but maybe I could finally get a Super Bowl win back in a rebuild. I feel like it's been so long. We have a pretty marginal lead right now. It actually changed a bit. It's 20-14, 21-20. The Browns have the lead 28-21. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Let's go. I finally win a Super Bowl. It's been so long. Forgot what the feeling felt like. Nicely done, team. I'm sure Christian McCaffrey was probably the MVP. Let me just check this out really quickly. He actually didn't have as good of a game as I expected, but 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's still a great performance from him. You know, I had a couple more experience points to spend after that game, so a couple of these overalls may look a bit different, but let's check out if anybody went up in development trait. I don't think anybody did on offense, but one surprising thing is that Greg Olsen is still playing. Interesting. He's down to an 80, though. Defensively, I don't think anybody went up in development. That's fine. The team still looks pretty good, so I'm not too worried about it. Curtis Samuel is the top free agent. He's what, like an 83 overall now? He's an 82 overall. I think 83 with a morale boost. Do we have any money? I know I kind of put this off. We have $30 million. We could totally sign him, but I also want to wait to see if there's a better wide receiver in free agency. Curtis Samuel didn't do enough to the point where I really want him back now. Also, Cam Newton was there. Of course, Cam Newton played well, but let's just see who's here. Maybe we can even draft one. We're not going to be able to, the more I think about it. But let's see. Richard Sherman is, like, always here. Keanu Neal is a player I feel like I go after a lot. Maybe I shouldn't get him. John Johnson. I'll go after John Johnson. I need a safety of some case. Ooh, Jabril Peppers is also here. He's a cool player, but I don't think I'm going to go after him. Matt Milano's up to superstar. All right, interesting looking group of players. I'll let you know who we end up getting. So I'm in a pretty interesting spot. I need a bunch of positions right now. One of them being quarterback. I couldn't afford Cam Newton in free agency, so I was not able to go after him. But we have John Johnson, we got Poona Ford, we got Curtis Samuel, we got Ryan Tannehill. So if worse comes to worse, Ryan Tannehill will be the quarterback. I'd love to draft one. The issue is, like, I'd love to draft Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence would be amazing on this team. I would just have to give up so much to try to get Trevor Lawrence, and I don't know if I can realistically do that. Justin Fields, I think, would be awesome on this team. All right, hold on. Let's look at the draft board here for a second. So obviously, Trevor Lawrence, I think, is the highest rated quarterback in this class. JT Daniels also isn't bad. I don't think Sam Ehlinger is too bad. We have options. Zach Thomas, I feel like should be a little bit better than this. I think, isn't he actually pretty good for Appalachian State? I don't know. I honestly would want Justin Fields, I think. Like another Cam Newton, just another, I guess in that regard, I just mean another scrambling quarterback. Trevor Lawrence isn't really a scrambler. But, Justin Fields is very fast. He can throw the football well as well. That sounded weird. But I do want to trade up for him. I think it would make the rebuild a lot more interesting that way, but let's see if we can do this realistically. All right, so the Jaguars probably don't take a quarterback here. They go Xavier Thomas. The Titans also probably don't take a quarterback here. The Dolphins, I think, are going to go with Trevor Lawrence, which is fine. They don't. Okay. The Bengals probably don't go quarterback either, because they just took Herbert last year. They could take Justin Ross. That's fine. The Eagles don't go quarterback. Patrick Surtain Jr., dude, I would love that. I'm an Eagles fan, by the way. The Jets probably go quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is my guess. Rondell Moore. Okay, hold on a second. Trevor Lawrence made it to pick number 7. He has to go here, right? Jalen Waddle. Okay, all right, what is going on? The Falcons, they still have Matt Ryan. Probably don't go quarterback. KJ Henry. This is weird. The Lions. Caden Stearns. Actually, no, sorry, Jaguars. I got my picks mixed up. The Lions are now. Probably don't go quarterback either. The Raiders. They probably should still have Derek Carr. Dude, this is crazy. It is pick 12. The Vikings. Vikings probably don't go quarterback either. I want to talk about this guy, Jeffery Okuda. I've seen a couple mock drafts with him going this current season. Honestly, I don't really know who this guy is, right? I think I've heard of the name before. So this is why I didn't mention this on my last rebuild. If he's actually going this year and he fully committed and whatnot, I will move him to the first draft class. I'll just find out a way to do that. But if he hasn't, I'll keep him in this one. I just kind of wanted to point that out. That's why he's in this class right now. The Buccaneers should still have Jameis Winston, right? Dude, this is insane. Jimmy G's probably still on this team. Pat Freiermuth, all right. This is probably the Chargers. Let me just check. Because trading up at this point isn't even that big of a deal. The Antlers, okay. This is the Chargers, and they have not Derwin James. Yeah, they do. But they have Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback. Dude, can we do this? Trevor Lawrence went. Why? You literally just gave Mitchell Trubisky a massive contract. And Trevor Lawrence, you take Trevor Lawrence with your first pick. All right. Instead of trading up with the Bears, who will probably take Justin Fields, I'm going to do a semi-realistic thing and trade up in front of them. Right? Because I don't think it makes much sense to trade up with the Bears, considering they really probably need this player. So, can I work out a trade with the Chiefs? I don't have to give up as much as I initially thought either. So, of course, we'll give them the last pick. I'll probably throw in... What should we throw in? I don't know if I want to do this for a player. I think this is a pretty fair trade. I'm giving the Chiefs the 32nd overall pick, my first rounder next year, and a 4th rounder next year. I think that's pretty fair. I couldn't figure out a player to give them that made any sense. I'm comfortable with that. I'm glad I didn't have to trade up into like the top 5, because I don't think I could have made that one work. But Justin Fields is going to be the new starting quarterback here for the Panthers. Welcome to the team. He's a 74 overall, hidden development trait. Doesn't fit the scheme, but that's fine. He's a scrambler, 74 overall in that department. I just said that. I don't know why. Whatever. 91 throw power, 75 deep, 81 medium, 83 short. But these are where stats get crazy. 92 speed, 88 acceleration, 89 agility. Oh, man. I'm excited to have him on the team. So, of course, now we have the last pick in the second round. I don't even really know where I want to go with this. So I didn't sign a tight end, but we still have Ian Thomas. Ian Thomas isn't that bad. I don't really want to go with any of these guys here, so let's just see. Let's see who's still available down here. I think Iyabi Anoma's pretty good. He at least used to be pretty good. That's enough for me to take him. Welcome to the team. 70 overall, hidden development trait. Alright, he's not going to start, but he's a good backup edge rusher. I'm really comfortable with how these drafts have panned out. I want to go with a running back here. I kind of want to go Ricky Slade, just because he goes to Penn State. I'm a Penn State fan, so Ricky Slade, welcome to the Panthers. 66 overall, normal development. Not a bad backup running back. Here is a look at the draft. It's kind of like we used a bunch of draft picks to take Justin Fields because we had to trade up with the Chiefs, but I definitely think it was worth it. Let me know in the comments if you thought that was like ridiculously unrealistic or if I gave up too much. I don't think I gave up too much, but like I said, definitely let me know. So I simmed a lot in this draft, and you guys saw most of it because I was just waiting for a quarterback to go. So when did we trade up? It was here at pick number 16. Marco Wilson went directly after. Micah Parsons, Nicolas Petit-Frere. Alright, that's a French dude. Patrick Queen, Richard LeCounte, Brevin Jordan. Alright, there's the draft class. This is the team for the third season, potentially the final season. I'll have to see. It's an 86 overall, 87 offense, 85 defense. I think we're in a really good spot. You know, I think the worst part of the offense is probably Ian Thomas, but he's not even that bad. You know, he's a 75 overall, still young, so I really don't mind him starting at tight end. That's not that big of a deal. I didn't want to, like, you know, pay a good tight end that much money when we have one who's, like, you know, perfectly fine, just to, you know, be a plug in tight end here. But Justin Fields, of course, joins the team. He's the newest acquisition on offense. I think he's going to go off. Hopefully it works out for us. I mean, his stats are unreal. I think he's going to be a good successor to Cam Newton. I think he's going to be, you know, really nice in that position. Wide receiver core is completely the same. Running back, of course, the same. Offensive line, all the same. And then here's a look at the rest of the defense. You know, Poona Ford now in his spot at right end. This defense looks nice. I think it's going to play really well. We moved John Johnson to free safety. I think he can definitely play there and have some success. But now, let's simulate, and I'll let you know what the record is all about. We made the playoffs and we got a first round bye. Let's go. 12-4 again for the team. All right. 10-6 for the Saints, 6-10 for the Buccaneers, 2-14 for the Falcons. Justin Fields definitely was an upgrade over Cam Newton. 4,356 yards, 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's an insane rookie year. Christian McCaffrey kind of took a step back, but was still really good. It's kind of hard not to take a step back when the year before you had like 1,700 yards or whatever. 13 touchdowns, though, for him. Over 1,000 yards for DJ Moore. Over 1,100, actually. 13 touchdowns for him. Curtis Samuel had 109 catches for over 1,000 yards with 5 touchdowns. And then Jalen Reagor had 833 yards, 6 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey had 400 yards. Ian Thomas, 504 touchdowns. I didn't check this out. How did Justin Fields run? 7 rushing touchdowns for him as well. So what he contributed for 45 touchdowns. All right, that's a great rookie season, man. It really could not have asked for much more. Incredible stats for the offensive line as well. 111 tackles for James Bradbury. Actually beats out Luke Kuechly there. 8 tackles for loss for Anthony Jennings, 8 for Poona Ford. 9 sacks for Brian Burns, 7 for Chris Jones. 2 interceptions for Shaq Thompson, Luke Kuechly, and James Bradbury. 1 for Christian Fulton, Eric Reed, John Johnson, and Dante Jackson. Dante Jackson breaks his streak of having like 5. I think the past 2 years he had 5 interceptions in each year. No touchdowns or safeties, but 2 blocked kicks. Kawan Short, Poona Ford. Forced fumbles. We have 4 for Luke Kuechly, who recovered 3 of them. 1 for Brian Burns as well. Okay, then. That's pretty cool. Second in the NFL in offense. Defense has to be up there, man. 17th. Never mind. Doesn't have to be up there at all. Justin Fields wins MVP? Alright. That's amazing. Trevor Lawrence at number 6, too. That's so fun. I can't believe they drafted Trevor Lawrence. They absolutely wasted the contract they gave Mitchell Trubisky. Also, Cam Newton's on the Patriots, apparently. Yeah, good for him. You know, goes to a good team. That's cool. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Justin Fields. Christian McCaffrey at number 5. Wait, who did the Bears end up going with? They got another quarterback. Adrian Martinez. Okay, doesn't seem too bad for them. Defensive Player of the Year, Eric Kendricks. Luke Kuechly in there at number 9 as well. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Fields, of course. Pat Freiermuth makes it. We saw him get drafted. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Patrick Queen. Best quarterback is not Justin Fields. It's Jake Fromm. Cool. All right. Best running back is Ezekiel Elliott, but Christian McCaffrey at number 3. Best wide receiver, Michael Thomas. DJ Moore at number 3, though. I'm surprised that Curtis Samuel is not in this list anywhere. Best offensive lineman, Zach Martin, of course. But we do have Brandon Sheriff at number 7. Matt Paradis at number 9. Best defensive lineman, Jadeveon Clowney. Best linebacker is Matthew Judon. Makes his way over to the Redskins. Luke Kuechly at number 10. Best defensive back, Kendall Fuller. Best kicker is Chase Vinatieri. This is a real person, right? I didn't know Adam Vinatieri had a relative in college. That's cool. Well, let's check out these experience points and whatnot. Justin Fields is going to have so many. He's going to be an X Factor after this year, even though I'm going to end it with this one. He has 11. He has 11 experience points. Oh my lord. If we would keep going, he'd be a 99 in like 3 seasons. I guarantee it. That's unreal. We can also talk to the general manager. Heck of a game this week, Coach. Have you checked the league standings yet? Because that win just punched our ticket to the post. That win didn't do it, I can tell you that much. Keep our guys healthy next week. We're going to need them in January. You locked up a playoff berth. The whole team gets 20 plus morale. Or plus 20 morale. I said that backwards. That's cool. We're going to see some cool, developments. Not developments. I can't speak, man. We're going to see some cool overalls now, because I'm sure a couple of them are up by like 1 or 2. The 49ers are an 85. We are an 88 overall after that. Let's advance and see what happens. Come on. We have to get a win here. We have to go back to back. I have faith in the team. We won 20-13. That's a pretty close game. Good defensive effort from us, though. The Cowboys are an 86. We still have this 88 overall. Come on. It's a Super Bowl rematch against the Browns. Okay, at least we made it back here again. Justin Fields has 8 more? What? Oh my god, man. That's unbelievable. He's an X Factor as well. I guess the development traits can be shown now. Yeah, DJ Moore is up to superstar. Holy crap, man. That is absolutely insane. Also, this guy is superstar. That's cool. We still have Anthony Jennings, though, above him. I don't know. But here we go. Let's hop into this game. Dude, oh my god. Justin Fields is unbelievable. 89 overall. Wait, is his X Factor ability not activated? Let me make sure it's activated for this game. Yeah, it says it's not activated. And apparently, if you do this, if you go to Edit Player, and then let's move him from Superstar X Factor to Superstar. Let's save that and then change it back again. Apparently, it works. All right, will he have an X Factor ability now? He does. All right, what's his X Factor ability? It is Freight Train. What does that do? Freight trains are relentless runners who refuse to go down on first contact when they enter the zone. This ability increases their chance to break the next tackle. That's actually a really cool ability to have for him. He also has all these ones. Oh my, he seems absolutely broken. Jukebox on him, leapfrog as well. When playing at home, players with this ability can easily enter the zone. That's cool. Agile extender. While in the pocket, passers with this ability are almost guaranteed to evade the first sack attempt by a blitzing defensive back. Yeah, he seems broken. 93 speed, he got a speed upgrade in there. Okay, all right, I'm gonna stop looking at him here. Let's go into the game now. That's insane. Absolutely insane. I feel like he has better stats than Lamar Jackson at this point, which is nuts. But here we go. Let's see if we can win. Maybe we run around with him a little bit in this game and just see what he's all about. I didn't change any of the sliders or anything. I think it's on all Madden, but whatever. Let's see what happens. Okay, like I understand this is beyond stupid in the Super Bowl, but you know what? Who cares? I want to run around with Justin Fields. Here we go, Justin. Break the tackle. No, okay, he's not going to. I'm going to go for it. I don't really care right now. We're probably going to win the game, but even if we lose, it's like I'm still going to consider this a win because we probably would have won if I didn't step in and be an idiot. This is open. We're going to complete that. Let's try to score a touchdown. I'm going to hurry up. Oh, Justin Fields is having a great day as well. Oh my god! Justin Fields is unreal, man! How did he get out of that? That's unbelievable. That's so cool, dude. You know, this is some absolute disrespect, but do you think I care? I don't. That's the answer to that. I really don't care. We're gonna run the ball again. It's wide open up the middle. I'm not sliding. That's a fumble. Okay. I guess I should have slid. Whatever. Let's just simulate now. Alright, we're going to simulate to the end of the game. We won. That, the drive I had didn't really mean anything, but it was still fun to use Justin Fields a little bit, but that one play was kind of insane. Anyway, though, thank you guys so much for watching this rebuild. I definitely hope you guys out there enjoyed this one. This is one of my more successful ones so far this year, and it was a realistic rebuild. I still think I added to the team. Sometimes, you can do realistic rebuilds, and you can simulate 3 years, and the team will just play well because of the team. I'm not saying the Panthers are a bad team or anything, but I think I definitely added some talent to this team that really impacted the overall. We took a massive step from year 1 to year 2, and then it's the same record, but I still think we took a step up from year 2 to year 3. Anyway, though, thank you guys so much for watching this video one final time. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon.